second half of the NFL season starts this week. Here's a preview of Week 10 primetime games starting Thursday night. Falcons at Panthers, then Chargers at 49ers, your Sunday night football. Then have a little Monday night action heading to Philly as they host the Commanders. To give you your primetime wagers for this week, we bring in our NFL writer, John Breach. Starting there Thursday night in Carolina, Breach, between Falcons and Panthers. Atlanta's favored by a field goal on the road, total 44. But when it comes to best and worst against the spread this season, these two teams complete opposite sides of the spectrum. Falcons 6-3, while Carolina is 3-6. For this one, which way are you leaning?
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head. I'm going to go with the team that's been covering the spread regularly, Sherry. I am going to take the Atlanta Falcons here. Look, there is a lot of familiarity, especially when you consider the fact that these two teams just met 2 weeks ago in Atlanta, and the Falcons won an absolutely crazy game. We know what happened there. The DJ Moore helmet, the missed extra point, the overtime nuttiness, and then the Falcons won by 3. But one thing that is going to change this time around is that the Atlanta Falcons are going to have Cordero Patterson. He was injured. He did not play in that first game. And that's a huge difference because if there's one thing this Panthers defense can't do, it is stop the run. We saw Joe Mixon run wild against them on Sunday. They've given up the 5th most rushing yards in the NFL this year. So I do think the Falcons can control this game. I think Cordero Patterson is going to have a huge day, along with the entire Falcons rushing attack. So I love Atlanta in this spot on the road in prime time.
Well, you want to talk about two running backs. How about a game featuring two of the best dual threat running backs in the game, Christian McCaffrey and Austin Eckler, in that in-state battle between Chargers and 49ers. Buckle up for Sunday night football there. Chargers 5-0 straight up and 4-1 ATS in their last 5 games versus San Fran. So which back breach do you see helping their team run away with the win on Sunday?
Well, you know what? Austin Eckler has had a great season so far, but the problem is he doesn't have any help because Justin Herbert has no one else to give the ball to. We've seen Keenan Allen's been dealing with his hamstring injury. Mike Williams obviously dealing with that ankle injury. So there's just not really any other weapons for Justin Herbert to work with. Defensively, the Chargers are banged up, whether it's Joey Bosa. We saw Austin Johnson, their defensive tackle, is now out for the season. J.C. Jackson's been out for a good chunk of the season. And so I have a hard time seeing that injured, banged-up defense match up with the 49ers. And now, you know what? Kyle Shanahan, we saw what he did with 1 full week of practice with Christian McCaffrey. Christian caught a touchdown, threw a touchdown. He did everything. And so I think now that he's had a bye week to work him in, we're going to see Christian McCaffrey do some crazy things out in the field Sunday night. Plus, let's not forget, Deebo Samuel is going to be healthy. I like the 49ers to win big in this game, maybe by double digits. So I like them to cover the 7 points here.
All right, looking ahead to Monday night football, two teams in the NFC East. The question, can the Commanders really keep up with the high-flying Eagles? Philly favored by 11, total 44. DC's 4-1 ATS, while Philly is 5-3. And Breach, based off of what we've seen from the Eagles and just how dominant they've looked really against everyone so far, it almost feels like a missed opportunity, right, if you don't take the Eagles in this spot.
Yeah, this is rough. These double-digit spreads have been quite the conundrum this year, just because there haven't been a lot of blowouts in the NFL. I mean, we saw the Eagles last week on Thursday night. Everyone thought for sure they were going to cover that 12.5, 13.5 point spread against the Texans, and they didn't. Houston somehow covered it. And when you go back to Week 7, if you look at all the teams that have been an underdog by multiple scores, so by 9 points or more, since Week 7, there have been 7 teams, and those underdogs have gone 5-2 against the spread. So these underdogs have been covering these big point spreads. So it's 11 points. Washington's actually played really well on defense. They took the Vikings down to the wire this past week. They won 3 straight games before that. I like Washington a lot. I do not think they're going to pull off the upset here, but I do like them to cover the 11.
All right, well, that's our John Breach there with his Week 10 primetime NFL wagers. Thank you, sir. Here's a look at those picks for you. Falcons, Panthers Thursday. He likes Atlanta. Then Sunday night football, Chargers at 49ers. He likes San Fran. Then on Monday, going with the Eagles minus 11 as they take on the Commanders. Well, we can't let John go without without setting us up for a Week 10 parlay. What'd you put together for us?
Well, I had to go straight to Germany to start this one with the Seahawks Buccaneers, the NFL's first game over there. I love the Seahawks money line. So that is the first part of this parlay. Tampa Bay has been struggling on offense all season. The Seahawks defense has been one of the best in the NFL over the past 4 weeks. Now I'm going to dabble a little bit of the Chicago Bears covering 3 points. We have seen between week 6, week 7, this team did some homework. They changed what Justin Fields is doing, and he has looked unstoppable the past couple weeks. So I love the Bears to cover 3 points there, especially when you're getting even money. And then the Cowboys money line. It's the Mike McCarthy revenge game. I don't want to take the points here. I don't want to say the Cowboys are going to cover 5 because Aaron Rodgers might go out there and, he has a little chip on his shoulder because he wants to beat Mike McCarthy. But I think the Cowboys are too talented, so they win straight up. And then let's throw the Dolphins money line in there. I think that Tua, Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, they are just going to be too much for that Browns secondary. So I love throw the Dolphins money line in there. And we have a 4-way parlay. Plus 870. It's going to hit. $25 wins 217. We see it there. It's a quick, easy way to make some moolah.
It's going to hit. That's our John Breach there with your parlay. We appreciate the time, my friend. All right. He said it's going to hit. So make sure you get this down on your piece of paper. Take a screenshot. Whatever you got. NFL Week 10 parlay starting in Germany, like Seahawks on the money line, then Bears -3. Then going Cowboys and Dolphins on the money line. You put down $25, you win more than $200. And for more from John and our NFL experts, download and subscribe to the Pick 6 podcast. This is what you need for your daily fix for NFL news and analysis. Just 30 minutes, need-to-know information and the trending topics around the league at your fingertips. Make sure you download and subscribe to the Pick 6 podcast today.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.